Thank you very much for having me here today. I'm especially conscious of making this meaningful because I want to speak directly to you about something that truly matters about leadership, about potential, about the power that lies within each one of you. Let me start with this fundamental truth. All of us have the ability to be leaders. Everyone has the potential to become a leader. What makes a leader? The first and foremost is the vision. Leaders have dreams, and those dreams are beyond the self. There has never been a leader whose dream is concentrated on the self. Think of the eagle that soars above everyone else. Why does the eagle fly higher than all the rest? Because the eagle broke away the chains that keep us grounded. What stops us from achieving this great God-given potential are the various chains that make us tread the trodden path. The eagle has great dreams. The difference is not talent. The difference is not education. The difference is that a leader dreams what others are scared to dream of. They dream the impossible. And that dream, as I repeat, is not based on the self. They always think bigger than themselves. It's either their nation, the society, and then they struggle to achieve that dream. Now, the quality that distinguishes leaders is the ability to take pressure. Great leaders emerge when the biggest crisis is faced, when people look upon someone who could take the pressure. How do you take pressure? When you struggle, and when you have setbacks, you pick yourself up, you resume your struggle. Eventually, you get stronger each time you pick yourself up, you get stronger. Think of someone who spent decades facing impossible challenges, but whose dream was not restricted to themselves. They were offered everything except what they wanted, except their true vision. A leader never compromises on their dream. The moment you start a compromise, it's a downward spiral. So it's when you stick to your dream and take all the pressure which you have to achieve that dream, you build that resilience, the endurance, the strength. It's like physical exercise. The bigger weights you pick up, the stronger you get. The more you pit yourself against resistance, the stronger you get. But above all, no one has ever achieved anything who's always put himself before the society. The greatest leaders in history, when they struggled for years, every hardship they faced, and eventually when they built what they envisioned, when they were at the peak of their power, it was never for the self. The objective was not power. It was never for the self. And the moment they achieved their mission, people realized that they had just come to deliver something greater, to build something beyond themselves. Similarly, if you look at any great name, they had a bigger vision. So number one is the vision. Number two, a leader can only achieve his mission if he conquers his fears. The biggest impediment in the way of people achieving their mission is that they get scared. They get scared of humiliation, failure. A lot of people don't attempt things because they're scared that people will laugh at them. People get scared because they're scared they'll lose their livelihood. I'll lose my job, I might not get a better job. And so they don't take a risk. And then, of course, above all, the greatest fear of death that stops people from chasing their dreams. Fear is the biggest impediment in the way, not just of someone becoming a leader, but from anyone achieving their potential in life. It's fear that stops us along the way, makes us compromise. Throughout the years, so many times people are offered compromises to become part of something, accept something less. There's always a temptation during bad times to accept something lesser than your dream. And that's where the downward slide, as I said, starts. So fear. You get scared along the way. People will say you can't do it. The moment you accept in your mind that you can't do it, you won't do it. As long as you think, as long as you do not accept defeat, failure cannot defeat you. You only lose when you give up. As long as you keep pursuing your dream, every setback is a time to analyze where you went wrong, analyze your mistakes, correct them, pick yourself up, start your struggle again. One of the great attributes of a good leader is his ability to analyze where he went wrong, the ability to be their own best critic. They should be able to analyze, because you can always come up with a wrong analysis and go take the wrong road. When you have a setback, you will always have access to a lot of advice. A lot of people will be giving you suggestions. Suggestions are free, so there are plenty of them. It's then the ability to know, and you should be your own best critic. And finally, a leader must have integrity. You cannot have a leader who does not have credibility. People only follow someone who they trust. All the great leaders, their opponents always knew them to be honest. They spoke straight, people trusted them, they knew where they stood with them. The greatest leaders were called the honest one, the truthful one. A leader cannot be credible. You can't be a leader if you do not have credibility. So, credibility is one of the biggest reasons why people follow you. They have to trust you to go out and risk their lives for you. So all great leaders always were trusted by the people who followed them. So these are the three main qualities that makes a leader. From my own experience, I found that leadership only matters in moments of crisis. If you were doing well, you didn't need it, but you needed a leader when there was a crisis. And the moment the leader went down, everyone went down with them. As long as the leader would not accept defeat, the people always looked at their body language, not the speeches they made. What was their body language? If the body language betrayed fear, or if the body language reflected defeat, everyone would give up. Building something meaningful is far more difficult than anything you've ever done before. And all along the way, there are people who say you can't do it. I've had meetings where experts were invited to give advice on how to start building something great. Almost everyone said you cannot do it. The government had tried, they had failed. Only one said that you can do it. But even that person said you cannot achieve the impossible part of it. Today, what seemed impossible stands as reality. It was awarded by the world for services to humanity. It became the biggest institution of its kind. And when I came into a new challenge, for most of the years, people laughed, made fun. Too naive, doesn't understand reality. And all along the way, I was told one thing. To succeed, you have to do as the Romans do. You have to make compromises and so on. And I was always offered compromises. Today, the only reason there is success is because there was no compromise. Had I compromised, this would not have happened. It's because the same idea's time has come. Finally, people have realized that it's something they can trust. It's growing fastest among the youth because the youth wants change. And although everyone talks about change, the youth today trusts those who have never compromised. Had I compromised along the way, this would not be the position today. And I'm making a prediction in front of all of you. The next chapter will be written by those who refuse to give up on their dreams. Thank you.